Hello everybody, this is ManuS and welcome to another Eternal News episode. We once again got a handful of new spoilers to discuss, so let's get going. First off, we have Common Cause. It's a new non-basic power card. If two units in your hand share a type, gain an influence of your choice. So this is kind of a twist on Diplomatic Seal in a way. Except that unlike Diplomatic Seal, where it only works early on until you have two influence max, because once you have the third influence, Diplomatic Seal doesn't do anything anymore. This only works if you have two units of the same type, of the same tribe in your hand, which also usually is very early in the game. But this seems as powerful or potentially even more powerful than Diplomatic Seal in very unit-heavy decks of a single tribe. Like, say, for example, this is a great boon for strangers because you hit the 3 influence threshold for Diplomatic Seal much easier and much faster than Common Cause running out of strangers in your hand to be useful usually. And there's a bunch of new tribes and tribal support coming, so it makes sense to give us a tribal duel, and this is a pretty good one and a pretty interesting one. It will not be very appealing for most of the regular decks that are not heavily unit of one tribe focused, but in the ones that are, it's gonna be great. So yeah, I really like the card. Pretty cool duel. We'll see how many decks can benefit from it in the end, aside from strangers, like how many other good dedicated tribes there will be. Alright, next we have Corrupt. This is like a big game changer. Basically what this does is it steals an enemy spell played that is like targeting you or one of your units and redirects it to an enemy of your choice. So if they play a removal, you can steal the removal and kill one of their things. Pretty powerful. But that even works with other bigger things. So say Channel the Tempest. This makes Channel the Tempest a lot worse and a lot more risky because it's really hard to protect an 8-drop from a 2-cost fast spell. So yeah, this is especially in the main deck because the cards that protect from this, like Backlash, are definitely worse in the main deck than Corrupt is going to be. This is a pretty sweet main deck card in low numbers in slower decks like mid-range and control decks, and gonna be like a sideboard powerhouse in best of 3 formats. So yeah, this card is very brutal. At 2, it's cheap enough that it's reasonably easy to have 2 power open for most of the moments. So it's not super clunky to keep up. I'm a bit surprised that it's this cheap. I would have expected it to say cost 3, that it's a bit more costly to leave it open. But at 2, it's like super manageable to keep open, and the effect is very powerful and punishing to big spell effects. Like even stealing an Obliterate with this is very powerful already, for example. Putting another dent into Obliterate's stock value, basically. Alongside cards like Protect. And next, we have Shadowlands Tyrant. Heavy Shadow with triple Shadow, 5 cost, but it's a 6/4, so pretty decent stats, and it's a nice new tool for Xenan Life Force type stuff, because it has Lifesteal. When you attack, it deals 1 damage to an enemy, so to an enemy, so it can not only deal 1 damage to the enemy player, but also to enemy units, so it can ping away a small unit, gain you health, trigger Life Force, and after it dealt 1 damage, it increases the ability by 1. So if it survives past the first attack, on the second attack it will deal 2. So it's gonna snowball in a way and get really scary and makes it really hard for the opponent to come back into the game. If they have like no answer for this and this ticks up a couple times, it's impossible for them to play most blockers and try to stabilize, because this is just gonna shoot them down before they even get to block. So yeah, this is a pretty cool card. It's a bit fragile at 4 health for a 5-drop. Heavy Shadow makes it not that easy to support. And it can simply be silenced and dies to a myriad of removal, but the upside is still pretty strong. Like basically if it doesn't get answered, it is very powerful and can dominate a game. So definitely an interesting card to experiment with once it comes out. And last but not least, we get an Innocuous Common, Lost in the Mist for power 1 time. A spell, not a fast spell, making it a lot worse. Bounce effects that are not fast spells are much worse usually. It's basically a non-fast spell version of Teleport that increases the cost of the unit by 2 after you put it back into the opponent's hand. So basically it costs 2 power more than Teleport and adds these 2 power more that you pay to the opponent's unit as well, forcing both of you to basically pay 2 power extra, which can lead to the fact that the unit that you return is so expensive that the opponent might not be able to replay it before the game is over, or at least not for a bunch of turns for like top-end units. Although the fact that it's a spell and not a fast spell makes it a lot worse, as I said already, especially at 4 cost. So not super excited about this, but it's a common, so not like it is expected to be a game changer or a powerful card, so we'll see, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be relevant and constructed. Very likely. Alright, that's it for the 4 latest spoilers. Once again, a couple of nice and interesting ones among them, and we're getting closer and closer to playing with the first cards and this weekend's upcoming preview event that I reviewed last time, and also closer and closer to the release of the set to play with them all. So that's it once again for this Eternal News episode and review of the latest spoilers. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like down below if you enjoyed it, and turn on the notifications if you don't want to miss anything in the future after you subscribe to the channel. That's it from me. I'm Manu S, and I'm out. See you next time. Bye.